All right, well, Ritchy, obviously on the defensive side, you get your reps there, but returning punts for you, you've been constantly improving. So what can you say about, your game back there and, how would you describe yourself as a punt returner right now?
Confident, very confident. I'm confident in the blockers, and they're they give me the ability to say I'm confident because I know they're gonna hold their block. They're gonna do what they got to do in order for me to catch the ball.
And then as far as, being able to move quickly, I mean, obviously on a kick return you have some time, but on a punt return you got to be able to take that ball and go immediately. What have you been doing with your game, and how can you practice for something like that to have that speed of the game? As soon as the ball comes, you got to go.
I'd say that's natural. Just me being an athlete and being able to move left and right, forward, backwards. That's just my athleticism, and Coach Hicks and Muscle Math, Coach Peoples, all of them, they helped me, develop my game there.
And as far as looking at last season to this season, where you were, getting a couple yards, 4 or 5 yards here, and now having, your 10 or 11 yards, 15 yards, moving the team forward. Coach Schaefer talked about how when you make a move like that, when special teams gets ahead on a punt return 10 or 15 yards, it's a first down for the offense. Just go into that and what your thoughts are on the other side.
Last year, I would say, that was my first year. I was young, so sometimes at times I let the ball bounce or whatever. But this year, no hidden yardage. So we're trying to win the yardage game. So back there, nothing hitting the ground. We don't want the ball bouncing 20 yards back. I want to catch everything going forward. Fair catch if I have to. Just going forward, getting the offense another first down.
You don't seem like the fair catch type of guy, even when that ball against Wagner bounced toward you and there were guys coming right at you. You took that ball and you went ahead and you took a pretty good hit there. What is it about you and the way that you play that instead of taking that fair catch or letting the ball roll by you, you took it and you went straight ahead knowing that you were going to get hit?
It's confidence. You got to be confident back there. You got to take a hit sometimes. And I'm confident I'm taking a hit. I'm bounce back up.
And bring us into it, because we can see it from afar when you're on the field. But how fast is that game? Because obviously the game of football is fast, but on a punt return, is it faster than anything else because of your quick decision-making that you have to do as soon as that ball comes down and knowing that there's guys right there?
I would say it's very quick. I have 3 seconds, 4 seconds to make a decision whether I'm a fair catch or whether I'm going to let it bounce, whether I'm going to return it. I have 4 seconds. So I'll say it's faster.
Your hands have been something that's been talked about a lot from the coaching staff, that you were trusted back there with your hands. What do you think in all that you add to it? Because obviously we know you can catch the ball, but you've been able to make some better moves and show your speed as well. How would you define yourself as a punt returner right now?
Fearless. I'm fearless back there. I feel like, in order for them to catch me, you got to work really hard. And one mistake,
And how important is special teams to you? Because, we've talked about a first down for the offense, but when you look at the guys that are on special teams with you that maybe don't have reps out there on the defense or the offense, how important are those guys to you?
They're very important. I feel like coaches put the players that they have more, the confidence in back there, or not just at punt return, but kickoff return, punt, all that, field goal. I feel like the coaches really have to trust you, put you on those teams, and trust the players.
Looking at the guys that are in front of you blocking, what can you say about them and what they've meant to you? Just talk a little bit about the talent that's blocking for you.
They're very talented. We got offensive players, we got defensive players. There's a mixture of guys, and those guys can get the job done.
And then as far as your play on defense, being able to rotate in there and get opportunities, what can you say about the secondary, and are you where you want to be right now as far as your level of play defensively?
I'm not where I want to be. I'm not satisfied. I don't think nobody in our DB room is satisfied right now. But we're working day in and day out, trying to get better each and every day.
When you go up against a team like Northwestern and see what they were able to do and the points that they put up, and even Penn State at times with what Christian Hackenberg was able to do against you, what can you say about what you've learned defensively in coverage?
Just one mistake you can get beat. So we just gotta, stay on our man, do what we have to do what we're coached to do.
And then lastly, with Coach Fred Reed, what are you taking from him? Because you had experience under a different coach, and now you have Fred leading your squad back there in the secondary. What has he taught you, and is he different from what you've learned before?
Yeah, I mean, all coaches are different. Coach Reed, he's a knowledgeable guy. He teaches us. He treated us like grown men, and we treat him, with all the most utmost respect. And that's what I really like about him. And every day we're in the office, where he has us ready to work and ready to play for him. We love playing for Coach Reed.